All right, it's my birthday week and I went out last night. So I'm not exactly in the best of shape right now, but the show must go on. Hello everyone, my name is B, and if you haven't visited this channel before, this was supposed to be a channel where I documented my fitness journey. A little background on me: I've been lifting since 2011. Really in the past year and a half, I've been really consistent, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about today. I am like the king of inconsistency. I have not been consistent at all since 2011. I've been the most consistent in the past about 4 or 5 months, but I'd often take like a week or two off and from working out and from my diet. But still, slow progress is still progress. I didn't give up. So the purpose of this video series is to give people like me, people who identify as non-binary but are more on the masculine side, advice and a direction to go in when it comes to fitness and body recomposition and creating a more masculine physique, with or without T. Testosterone only makes it easier, but there's no real difference when it comes to like fitness for beginners, lifting techniques. Calories are slightly different, but that's with anyone. Like, you're not going to be eating the same calories as the person next to you. Everybody's metabolism is different. Everybody's caloric needs are different. And a word on that: I am not a nutritionist, but I do know how to calculate calories. If you need something that has a plan for you because you have specific dietary issues, you need to talk to a certified nutritionist. I know there are a lot of other people that also identify as non-binary that are not on T, but they would like an example or a plan to follow when it comes to their fitness and trying to create the shape with their body that they want. What I do is give advice based on experience that I have had, and also I do have access to a professional physical therapist who I consult with, who just happens to be very camera shy. So yeah, the information I get from her 10 plus years experience has helped me fix various problems and injuries, and helped me modify exercises so that they would not re-aggravate previous injuries, and basically help figure out what works with my body and anthropometrics and all those things. So that's basically where my knowledge base is coming from, is experience and somebody else's degrees. My experience, my partner's physical therapy experience, and just knowing where to go to get the information. This is essentially like what I try and help non-binary and trans individuals with when they are on the very beginning stages of their fitness journey. So, on to the plan and some pictures. So what you're going to see here are some pictures of what I used to look like as far back as about 5 or 6 years ago. You know, I had been trying to lift, trying to see results in my lifting for some time at that point, and still, like as you can see, I wasn't really getting anywhere. I was not paying attention to my nutrition at all. Not even just paying attention to nutrition, but just paying attention to how much food I was eating. You know, I thought I ate a lot if I felt full. Like, well, clearly that's it. Even though I was only really eating like 1 meal a day, and not a very healthy meal at that, like mostly fast food, mostly takeout stuff. My job was very demanding. It demanded a lot of time, I often worked about 80-hour weeks. Like, no joke, that's what happens when you work in production, especially live production. But that's also still not an excuse. It just means that you need to plan better and be very diligent about your goals and your plan, about following your plan. Right around this time, I started going to the gym regularly and eating more calories. It didn't even matter at that point. I'm not saying that I dirty bulked, but I just ate, like, I dirty maintenanced. What I was eating was the amount that I needed to keep the weight on that I was at. I started around like 135, 140, and just slowly added more food over time, or added larger portions of food over time, or I would just eat like more than one meal at dinner and kind of, not force myself to eat the extra amount of foods, but over time it became easier. My body got used to the added calories and started putting them to use, especially once I dialed in my workout program. So what I ended up doing that worked for me is that I picked a strength-based program, Wendler 531, that basically works on a system of percentages for compound movements that has you getting stronger over time, essentially, which is what a routine should be essentially doing. If your routine is not set up for you to get stronger over time, it's not a complete routine, let's say. What works for me now is what I'm doing now, and it's a 4-day split. I'm using the Wendler 531 program as a base. I do a full body version of Wendler basically every day I go into the gym. It's modified because I don't necessarily do anything other than the 4 main compound movements and some rehab exercises to make sure that my back is not going to break. So basically I do squats, bench, deadlift, and overhead press. And beforehand for warm up and afterwards is almost like a cool down. I do pull-ups and dips. And I also do 3 sets of 10 hyperextensions to activate the stabilizer muscles in my back and hip hinge movement so that when I do squats, my spine doesn't collapse. And I'm only halfway kidding. I don't go as heavy if I don't feel like I can go as heavy. Some days will be better than others when you're in the gym. And if you feel like something's gonna cause pain, don't push through it. So yeah, so that's basically it. As far as food, I went to, I found a calorie calculator that I liked. I stick with that. I also stick at an even maintenance level. I'll link to that calculator that I use down below. And I try to eat at that level every day of the week, which is hard for me. Trying to change your body composition is hard. Trying to change your eating habits is hard. So be patient with yourself. You might not get it every day, but get it more times than not. If you fall off your plan, if you fall off your diet, then brush it off and get right back on there. If any of you have questions, put them in the comments below and I'll do another video answering them. I do answer a lot of questions in the FTMfitness and beginnerfitness subreddits. So if you're hanging out there anywhere, my handle is btheboi. I answer questions there too. Some stuff I don't know the answer to. I'm just gonna say it. Like, I don't know the answer to everything. No one does, but I do know where you can find the information. So I'm here to help.